Hey guys, Jackie Mumfree, the real estate maven. Wanted to hop on real quick as to give you guys an update for those who are interested in tax sales. I get a lot of inboxes and emails from people wanting to know more about how to buy tax deeds at auction here in Georgia. Right now, you're just looking at a couple of snippet videos that I've done on other subjects, but wanted to just go ahead and get this out for you real quick. If you've watched my tax sale video, this is kind of an update a little bit. This was a snippet from a class that I took that was based on real estate title insurance in Georgia and what you need to know about it when you're dealing in homes, as I do, and many agents do in the state. And this one was targeted specifically, or this segment I'm sending you was targeted towards buying tax sales and the ramifications of buying them and making sure that you have the proper title insurance when you purchase. If you don't have title insurance, you may not be able to turn around and sell that property or refinance it if there's any clouds on the title, which means any other liens or claims that anybody previously had on the property, like a mortgage company, co-owners, different people. So I want to go ahead and drop this in. It's just a quick snippet. If you have not watched my tax sale video, I'm going to put the link in the description so you can watch that one. It's only 12 minutes long. So hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you got any questions.
Against a dead person isn't valid, and the subsequent tax sale that they did when the person was dead isn't valid. The lien would have to be against their estate, and the tax sale would have to be against their estate. So we're very careful about, did that person die? When did they die? Did they do the lien and the tax sale properly against the estate, or did they do it against the individual after they were dead? Because the main thing is you can't give notice, because there's very strict notice requirements. You have to give, certain notice, whether it's mail, personal, by publication. You can't give notice to a dead person. So we say there can be a major problem with the tax sale if we find out that the person died. So that's the improper notice. They might have been incompetent. So there's all kinds of things that could get challenged. And then third parties who redeem the taxes, they acquire a super lien. So I've got Superman there. So if somebody does redeem it, there can be a super lien on the property. If it's not the original taxpayer that redeemed it, let's say their mortgage company did. Not only then when the mortgage company have their security deed, they have a super lien. So there's just some things that we have to be very aware of. So if your seller bought it at a tax sale and thinking, oh, look, I only paid $8,000 for this property and now I'm going to get to sell it for $45,000. Because generally it's not like high value property. But these are the things that we're going to need in order for them to then sell a property and it be insured. They're going to have foreclosed out the right of redemption. There's a process for that. They should have an attorney do this. Excuse me, let me get a drink of water. And they either need deeds from all the parties that lost their interest. So any of the taxpayers, they need to get deeds from them. And if the taxpayers had, any security deeds or liens against them, they would have to get releases. If they don't get those deeds, then they actually have to file what's called a quiet title action, and they have to prove to us that they did good service. So again, if at any point we discover that the taxpayer, and by taxpayer I mean the owner that was supposed to pay the real property taxes and lost it at the tax sale, if we ever discover that they are deceased, then we take an even closer look at it. So if you are dealing with your clients love to buy things at tax sales and think they're going to be able to flip those properties, oh, I can't snap for some reason. Just know it requires a lot of paperwork and a lot of, they're going to have to provide us with a lot of evidence that they've done everything that we need them to do. So I'm just going to, if the tax sale occurred in the back chain, we're going to hopefully have an owner's policy that we can rely on. If not, then, so what I'm saying is, let's say John bought it at a tax sale, sold the property to Alex, Alex gets an owner's policy, then we would go, okay, Alex already has an owner's policy, we can reinsure. If we are not comfortable reinsuring, we would file a claim, and the claims department would have to go through the process of either getting deeds or filing a quiet title. If there's no owner's policy, then poor Alex would have to, even though he didn't buy it at the tax sale, he would have to go through the process of filing the quiet title, making sure everything is done, and he would have to pay for those fees, pay the fees to the attorney to handle that. So again, an owner's policy here doesn't necessarily speed things up, but it keeps the seller from having to pay out of pocket for it. Again, you know, there's either a deed from the taxpayer or quiet title action. And if a super lien holder, you'd have to pay them as well. Okay, bankrupt.